Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tanaya. I'm 20 years old and I live in Texas. I'm a substitute teacher and the owner of Dinks Uniques on Etsy, where I sell my savings challenges. I'm also a mom to a baby boy, so if you hear any background noise, whether it's him, other voices, or even my dogs barking, I appreciate your patience in advance and I apologize in advance. Today, I will be doing my budget with me. If you don't know what a budget with me is, it's pretty much where I walk you through how I do my budget. This week, I'll be budgeting a total of $288. If you like budgeting content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss any future videos. And before we go ahead and get started, I do have like one update. I am on the hunt for a summer job. Personally, I would prefer if it's seasonal because when the school year starts back, I would love to be able to work substitute teaching. So I am going to look for a substitute teaching job, or not a substitute teaching job, but a seasonal job, just until the school year starts. I have been applying, so my income might change depending on what that looks like, but I don't know my last day of substituting yet. I just know I'm being prepared for another change, and the last change got me derailed pretty chaotically, so hopefully this change won't be so bad. That's another reason why I'm stressing so much on building my emergency fund and my bills fund. So yeah, but we'll talk more about that in the video. Hi, this is editing Tanaya, and this is not your usual video, but I did want to go ahead and mention that I have created a TikTok, and that is what is on the screen right now. Also, if you're confused, there has been a little bit of mishap and things got a little complicated, so I decided to go ahead and introject, if you will, and mention that I'm going to be starting from week 3 because all my videos got mixed up for the previous weeks. So sorry. So without further ado, I think that's all my updates. As far as Tiny Tuesdays, I'm confident it will be back. Just it's undetermined as to when it will be back. So yeah, that's all my updates. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Turn my pen on, which it is. We are going to be budgeting for week 3 of April. And the date of this paycheck is from April 18th, which is actually today, to April 24th, because I get paid on the 25th. And we're going to scroll until we find my calendar. Cool. So we have to pay the daycare fee, which actually I already paid it because it was due on Thursday. Oops. No. Okay. It was due on Thursday because Good Friday and the school is closed today. So yeah, it was due this morning, on Thursday morning, which I paid it, but yeah. If you watch my unstuffing, then you know. So we aren't doing that, but there is Easter. I'm not doing anything for Easter as far as I know. I'm thinking about going, and I might go to Walmart and buy a cute little Easter basket. Hopefully I can find one for $10. I don't know. But yeah, I don't really have anything planned for Easter, so I'm not really too much worried about Easter. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and the only bill we have to pay is our personal credit card, which is the only bill in green. And the color for this week is green. So personal credit card is the only bill. Okay. Personal credit card is the only bill this week, and that's the only one I'm gonna highlight. It doesn't have a balance on it, so I don't have to worry about paying it too much. So yeah. All right, so we got paid today. Ooh, that marker is too big. We got paid today, which is the 18th, a total of $288. Oops, that's the wrong box. $288, and that is for subbing. can hear my baby, but he's fine. That is for substitute teaching. So we're gonna write that down here in the total, 288. And we're gonna plug that in our calculator. All right, so we don't have to pay for the credit card because I pay that every week. So if I use, like last week, I used, I want to say $78 on my credit card. So I pay that off every week at the end of the week when I use it. So yeah, that's that. That's already been paid, but it's due on the 24th. It's just no bill. I'm just gonna go ahead and check it off because I pay it every week as I use it. But I do want to go ahead and pay for my buffer. I want to add money in there. So I'm gonna add $20. So the total is 20, and we have $268 left over. So yeah, with that $268, I'm gonna go ahead and put like $3 in my $1 savings challenge. We don't count the balance. I'm putting $3 in there because I only budget in increments of 5, and to get 268 to 265, I have to take off $3. It's just easier for me to budget that way. So yeah, 265 is what we have left over, and we're going to divvy that between our sinking funds and our cash envelopes. Starting with our cash envelopes. We do have gas. Gas is getting $30. I was doing $35, and it didn't make sense to me to do $35. $5 wasn't getting me any further nor less further. The $5 was actually being used for something else at the end of the week, and it was just terrible. So I'm just going back down to $30. Next is groceries, and groceries is gonna get $30. I do $30 a week. Well, starting May, I'm getting more help with groceries, so I'm thinking I might not budget for groceries. I think that money will actually, the money I was using for groceries will actually start going to paying down debt. But we'll see. So as right now, groceries is still getting its $30 every week. We're not putting anything in dining out. We've been really good at not dining out, other than the food truck incident last week. So dining out, we're not budgeting anything in there. Baby, he doesn't need anything, so I'm not putting anything in his cash envelope. My dog, he needs dog food this week, so he'll start getting his $40, but that's going in the sinking funds. Medical, we're not doing anything in there right now. Beauty, we're not doing any. Oh, I skipped completely over personal. Personal is getting $35 because I have a couple things I need to get myself. So $35 is what I'm getting, putting in personal. Medical, not getting anything. Beauty's not getting anything. Dating's not getting anything, and neither is house. Miscellaneous is gonna get $10. Something's not right. Did I do that 35? Oh God. Okay, hold on. We have 265 minus 30 minus 30 minus 30. Whoop. 35 minus 10. Right. Okay, cool. So this is 105, and what's left over is 160. I don't know what I did wrong, but I'm glad I caught it. So 160, and we have that left over to go into our sinking funds. So for emergency fund, I had to pull $50 out of it last week, so I'm gonna put $50 in it this week. I would have loved to put that $50 in there to add it to it, but essentially it's literally just putting it back where it was, and that's okay. It's better than, like, I'd rather stay still than move backwards, you know. So $50 is going in emergency fund, and then personal is not getting anything because I put something in my personal envelope to get myself some things. My dog is getting his $40 for his food. That leaves us with $70 left. So baby is getting $20. He doesn't need anything, but I do want to put something in there because we are the necessities. So that leaves me with $20. And I was like, do I want to put $20 and $25 in bills and $25 in birthdays? But I think what I'm going to do is just put $50 in bills, because next week a lot of bills are coming out. If I don't use the $50, cool, great. I'll put some money next week into birthdays. But right now it's going in bills, the whole 50, just because next week are my heaviest bills, such as like my phone bill is like $180 something. So bills is just like a buffer for me if some bills come up a little more expected than usual, a little more expensive than usual. So that was the whole 160. So we have nothing left over. And I'm just gonna go ahead and do some color coding, whatever you guys want to call it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm glad I did that. So that's that. This week was a pretty good work week. I worked a lot. And we don't have a lot of bills this week, which is typically how the week goes, the month goes. There's always at least 1 week where I don't have many bills, which I'm grateful for because I can put more into my sinking fund. So yeah, I'm really excited to be putting something into my sinking funds. Usually I would have done Tiny Tuesdays with this paycheck, but I have a lot of other stuff that I need to just handle before I do Tiny Tuesdays. So yeah, the goal though is to get my emergency fund into up to $50, and I'll just keep paying the minimum on the credit cards I have. And yeah, so yeah, or not the credit cards I have, but the medical bills I have. I'll just keep paying the minimum, and then if I pay them off, cool. If I don't, yeah. So I do plan on doing a debt consolidation video. I just know that'll be a hard video. I feel like my debt isn't as bad as others. It's just hard for my situation, which is why it would be hard to film. So yeah, with that being said, the goal is we're on the road to 1K in our emergency fund, and then 300 in our rainy day fund, and then debt. So yeah, and our rainy day fund is literally just bills. That's my rainy day fund. The goal is $300 in my rainy day fund, because that'll cover at least more than likely half of my bills, and then debt 3 to 6 months, 6 to 12, all that good stuff. Y'all know the Dave Ramsey steps. So yeah, that is my goal. We're just gonna go ahead and move on, and yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the cash planning portion of today's video, and I'm gonna switch them, cause yep. And we're doing we're doing April. What the heck? I can't spell. Week 3. At the end of this, it should be 288. All right, so looking here, we need a $20 bill because we don't have any bills, but we do have buffer, and it's getting a $20 bill. We need 3 ones for the $1 savings challenge. 1, 2, 3. And that is probably all the ones we'll need. That's what I try to do. For gas, we need a 20, and we need a 10. For groceries, we need a 20 and a 10. For personal, we need a 20, a 10, and a 5. And I think that's the most I've ever put in personal in a very long time. And then for miscellaneous, we need a 10. Moving on down to our sinking funds here. For emergency fund, we need a 50. For my dog, we need 2 20s. And for my baby, we need a 20. Good Lord. And then for my bills, we need another 50. And I think that's all we stuffed. So why did I just try to zoom in? Did y'all see that? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. So for 50s, we have 2. For 20s, we have 7 that we need. For 10s, we have 4. For 5s, we have 1. And for 1s, we have 3. And then 2 50s make 100. 7 20s make 140. 4 10s make 40. 1 5 makes 5. And then 1 1 or 3 1s make 3. And if we add all those up together, it should be 288. So oops. Oh, okay, 288. We're right. Can y'all see? Yeah. Okay. Cool. And if y'all are interested in seeing me pull the prop money out, please go check out my TikTok. I will leave it on the screen because that's where I'm doing that portion of the video at now. So yeah. That's it for today's video. We budgeted a total of $288. We got to stuff some cash envelopes due to not having any bills this week. So yeah, we got to stuff some cash envelopes. I get to spend a little extra money on myself. Most of it are needs. It's like toiletries and stuff. So yeah, there's that. I'm really excited about it. And then we get to put money into our sinking funds. So I'm really, really excited about that. You know, sinking funds don't get a lot of love over here because how tight the budget is. But whenever I can put $100 in emergency fund or $50 in emergency fund, that is great for me. I am okay with that. So yeah, let me know in the comments how your budgeting week is going and what categories are you excited for? What are your goals? Next time I will be doing my cash stuffing, which is, you know, the most loved over here. So stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next one. It's free, so do it. Who doesn't like free stuff? Because I know I do. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.